Okay, I admit, maybe it was a little bit too soon to make a video about the things I don't like about my Mercedes. I've really only had it for a short period of time, so there really shouldn't be a lot of hate about it. It's not really like a regret that I bought the car or anything, it's just things that I've noticed that I didn't like about it. But I think it's time we turn things around and let's talk about the things that I really love about my new Mercedes. Of course, being in Vancouver, pouring rain. Wow, no surprise here. Okay, I know, I won't complain about the rain. Back east, they're having all these crazy ice storms, and I really feel bad for them. Having a little bit of rain is really nothing too much. I really feel for everyone back east that's going through that, and hopefully it comes out okay, nobody gets injured, and it just kind of passes through. So, best of luck, everyone. So one thing's for sure, being on the road, all-wheel drive definitely helps. And I know a lot of people who are purists don't like all-wheel drive, they prefer rear-wheel drive, but you can step on this gas and get so much power instantly without any wheel spin or anything like that because of the all-wheel drive system in this car. It's amazing. Okay, let's get right into it. The 5 things that I love about my Mercedes. There's really more than 5 things, but I had to narrow it down for the purpose of this video. So let's get right into it. The first and foremost thing, which I had mentioned before, is the power of this car. The 382 horsepower 5.5 liter V8. It is really just endless power. And I know a lot of people are saying 382 horsepower. With the horsepower wars going on right now, 382 horsepower really isn't that much. But drive a 382 horsepower, yes, love it. Love the takeoff. The power just seems endless. This thing could really get me into trouble. It just never seems to stop. It just keeps going and going and going and accelerating. And I look down and see how fast I'm going and I'm like, whoa, I need to slow down. Being a German car, this thing was definitely built for the Autobahns. It can cruise at 200 plus kilometers an hour with ease. And really the nice thing about the power and when you get going, the faster you get, it's almost like the car gets more stable and more smooth. It's really amazing how in a lot of cars that you go into that are kind of 4-cylinder cars or older cars, the faster you go, you feel your steering wheel vibrate, you feel the car kind of vibrate, and you're like, oh my gosh, this car is just not made to go fast. And really they aren't, but in this particular car, it's just the faster you go with that power, you just feel so stable and so comfortable. It's just an amazing feeling. On to point number 2, and point number 2 is the elegance that this car creates. It really feels like you're in a class above, and I really don't say this in a bragging type of way, but it's just the way the car cruises, the way you look out the front window, you see a Mercedes logo. It just seems a lot smoother and a lot of class. And I mean, that's really what they were going for. They were going for a car of luxury, of comfort. So you really get that feeling in this car. And I really kind of feel out of place sometimes because do I deserve this? Was I really made to have a car like this? But it's a nice feeling and I really do enjoy it. Moving on to point number 3, it's kind of eye of the beholder. I really think this car looks good. It looks a lot more modern than being a car that's made in 2007. It kind of presents a really classy look, which kind of goes along with the elegance, but I think it's kind of a timeless look. It's one of those cars that in 20 or 30 years from now, you're gonna look back and be like, wow, that's an amazing looking car. Wow, I've been at this light for 3 lights now, and only like 3 cars I've gotten through. I'm finally the front car. Whew, let's get through this light. All right, speaking of that power, let's give it a little bit of a run. Yes! Woo! And moving on to the next point is the quality build of this car. You really don't get that sense of feeling of quality build in a lot of other vehicles until you get into this car. First and foremost, when you get in, you close the door, you get a really thick thud sound. You get that quality sound that you know that this car is layered with soundproofing. They've definitely thought about the fit and finish of it, and that's obviously something that you pay for when buying a luxury car. But it's something that I've never had a luxury car before, so I've never really experienced that sort of quality feel within here. Even when I hold the actual shifting knob itself, it doesn't like wiggle back and forth like a normal car would. The shift mechanism itself is just a lot more solid and quality feel to it. It's kind of like the feeling of when you buy a really bad pizza. Pizza is still always good. It always tastes good when you eat it. But if you put a quality pizza side by side a really bad pizza, it's really hard to go back to that really crappy pizza when you're tasting that really good one. One of my biggest pet peeves when driving is cars that drive slow in the left-hand lane. Right now I've got a big truck in front of me that should be in the right-hand lane because it's not actually passing a vehicle. Unfortunately, it's holding me up and it's just annoying. I wish people would just go and drive in the right-hand lane when they're not passing. Gotta stretch. Let's do another pull. Yes. Okay, I'm sure you guys don't need to hear me going yes when we're pressing on the gas. I'll let you enjoy it next time we step on it. Again, going back to the all-wheel drive, I would not be doing pulls like I am right now if I wasn't in an all-wheel drive car. It's pouring rain out and the all-wheel drive just totally keeps the car stable. One more, a little bit of gas. Yes, love it. All right, moving on to the last point, and the last point is the trunk pop. And I'm not talking about an average car which the trunk just pops and you can walk up and you can pull it open. There's something about the Mercedes trunk pops that when you press the actual key fob to pop the trunk, the lid actually goes completely up. On my Fusion, when I pop the trunk, it just pops like that a little bit. You still have to walk up and pull it open. If it's raining, if it's dirty or wet or whatnot, you're getting all dirty, or if your hands are full, it's really not helpful to have the trunk pop a little bit. So the Mercedes, when you walk up, it just completely pops open. You can walk up, you can load your trunk up. It's just an amazing feeling to have the trunk pop completely open. It's kind of like the automatic tailgates on our Mazda CX-9 and a lot of newer vehicles. Just, it's so handy. I absolutely love it. It's really hard to explain in words, and you guys might think I'm crazy for saying that's one of my favorite things, but honestly, if you have a trunk that pops completely open, you walk up and you can throw everything into it, it's awesome. That's gonna wrap it up for today's vlog. If you haven't seen the previous videos that I posted on the Mercedes, I will link them in the description box below. I appreciate you watching this video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye-bye. Thanks, big timers, for watching this video. Make sure you follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And don't forget to subscribe and throw this video a like. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Bye-bye.